Hola, 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 familia. So, this is the next episode of the Amiga Mía Talk Show. We are sitting at episode number 7. And now I'm with a founder, someone who I've been looking at from a distance. So, as you may know, that I'm based in Gadigal here in Sydney. And, well, actually, currently, right now, I'm in Greece, in Naxos Island. But even if I'm in Greece on the other side of the world, I still took the opportunity to talk to this founder. I've been seeing all over social media, certainly in Naarm and then further in other cities across Australia, all these amazing events that are happening. And there's someone behind it. And that someone is called Lina. So Lina's on the call. Thank you so much, Lina, for joining me today on the Amiga Mía Talk Show. And just, yeah, if you want to tell us a little bit about who you are and what's your story.
Hola, amiga, ¿cómo estás? Thank you for the invite. I'm good. I'm just having a lot of work, a lot of things going on, but good, feeling really good, excited for so many projects that are coming soon and like everything that's been happening in the last 2 years.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that from my end that you're doing a lot of things at the moment, and you're doing a lot of expansion, and you're doing it. We were talking offline a little bit about how you're doing it so unapologetically, and that's the kind of energy that a lot of people are looking for right now. So Lina, tell me a little bit about your story. Where is your heritage from? You know, what's your upbringing like? What's that part of your life like?
I am from Bogotá, Colombia. I arrived here 13 years ago. I was like 24 years old when I got here. I've been mainly living in Melbourne. And like everybody else that comes here from South America or Central America or any of our Latino countries, I came here as an international student. I didn't have the support of my parents because as common families from South America, we have to work for ourselves. So I came here to study English initially. I did my course in English. I chose Australia because in that time was one of the countries that you can come here and work as a student and work legally with the on the government. So I chose Melbourne because the agency that I was looking like assistance from Bogotá, Colombia, they were like, you will love Melbourne. Melbourne is very focused in fashion and arts and music and blah, blah, blah. I did fashion design audition like in Colombia. I'm a fashion. And I got here. I did English. I was working, cleaning because everyone like. And in restaurants, like trying to survive, you know, like coming to a country like this where you have zero English and the cultural contrast is crazy. It's just like you can like you just feel like this little here, right? So yeah, it was like a big process for me. I really loved it. I felt like I could fit in here. And during that time, I tried to stay here. I did a certificate in hairdressing first and tried to like do my visa as an skills to apply as a skills visa. And it didn't work out. It was kind of like, it's really hard in here. You try different ways to stay and it doesn't work. And then I extend more visas, studying and working at the same time. And then I was like, when I decided to go back to Colombia, I decided to extend my visa for like 6 or like a year more. And that's when I met my partner. So it's kind of like a lesson that I kind of like took. And it's that sometimes we're focused on something that we really want to do, but sometimes you have to surrender and kind of like see what the universe brings for you. I don't know, it sounds like a cliche. It kind of happened to me. I felt like I was focusing on like staying and working and I want the visa and I want to do this. And it didn't really work out. And when I was like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy, because I didn't have time to like really enjoy Australia. Like I was working like doing like 4 jobs and then studying. So I didn't have the chance to like go to festivals or like focus myself on like what I really wanted to do professionally. And yeah, when I just surrendered and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy my last 6 months. And I went to a festival and I met my partner there. And from there, like my life just changed, of course. Like everything is like easier. We fell in love like immediately. It's funny because we met in Strawberry Fields Festival, and then this year I'm there, and it's our anniversary too. And now, like the life just crazy, right? Like now I'm like playing this year, and it's my anniversary with my partner. We've been together for like 8 years. This will be 8 years. So yeah, life is crazy. Like it's really crazy. And then since then, I guess having the freedom of not being worrying about visas and how am I going to stay here and I have to make this amount of money to pay. And it's just very stressful, and I totally understand everyone that is going through that. It's awful. It's very stressful. But having that freedom, I think, gave me the chance to like really focus on what I really wanted to do. I did a little bit of fashion. I had a little brand with my partner where I was doing like swimwear and face masks, which was during COVID. And we also had the chance to like do like small businesses with him. We had a little cafe called Colores in just we were obsessed with J Balvin album Colores, and my partner really wanted the album, and it was COVID, and we were like, we want to do something different, and we decided to open this little takeaway cafe called Colores. And that was amazing. I was selling these beautiful pastels made from like this Colombian couple, and we were selling coffee and pasteles, like pasteles de pollo, pasteles de carne, empanadas. And we had the business for like 2 years, and then after COVID, it kind of like went down a bit. I think the boom of COVID was on, and everyone was back to normal, and I don't know. I feel like also we didn't want to spend the rest of our lives making coffee. It's a very hard business. It's beautiful. I had no idea when I started, and then suddenly I'm like, I know how to make my latte. I know what is a low macchiato. Like it's crazy.
I was gonna say, in Melbourne, the coffee culture is insane. Like you have to know so many variations of coffee.
I had no idea. I was like, yeah, let's make a cafe, and like we can sell like coffee and food. And then it was pretty serious, like the amount of coffee that you do in a shot, and like the way you do the milk, and people really take it serious. So, and it's amazing. Like it's sick to like be able to learn that. Like it's like one profession to my list. Like I can make coffee. So like yeah, but we sold it, and then during that time I had a friend who, like, I always expressed my interest. I always love music, always love. Like I was 100% that I'm doing something in the house, music. I'm in the car, music, like everywhere. And I feel like I had my periods where I was like, I love electronic, I love techno, blah, 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 but I feel like maybe like the last 7 years, I feel like homesick, you know, like you get going out and like hear the same kind of electronic music, you know, like, oh, like, why did we just play reggaeton, or like dembow, and almost like I think the Latino trend culture is just now. It's trendy now, but I don't know. I feel
Before,
like
not so much. Yeah.
period. Like if it was like 10 years ago, people would be like, oh, like, you know, like gasolina is like kind of tacky, or like kind of like that, like Daddy Yankee. Oh my God, tons. And now it's crazy, you know, like people go crazy with gasolina. So it definitely has changed, and there's been like a big shift of our culture here and how people perceive it, which is good. It's good for us, of course.
And was this around the same time where you started? Because I noticed that you also have a DJ name. It's like your alias, your alter
Zalina.
ego. Yeah. So what's your DJ name, and what did you start? How did you start DJing?
So I was like always like interested. Like I would be out with friends, Australians. I'd be like, oh, can I play reggaeton? And be like, oh, okay, no, maybe that's too much. And I was like, why? And then eventually I learned how to DJ. A friend taught me how to DJ. And since then I just got hooked. Like I knew I was gonna like it. And I just like, initially I was obsessed, and I still love reggaeton. I love it. It's my core for everything. But I guess when you are exposed to this culture, like it's like this new world opens when you have the internet in your hands and you can find anything you want from anywhere around the world. It's like you go on SoundCloud and you find the most amazing producers from South America, from like anywhere you can imagine, and you're like, wow. So I feel like definitely like my music journey has changed. I'm definitely playing more hectic than I used to play. I try to, it's like still like pretty much all my music is Latinx music. Like it's just different, like it's not all reggaeton. And that's when Zalina born. Initially it was gonna be Gasolina, but that name was
Ah,
taken.
yeah, Carolina Gasolina. Yeah. What was your what was your first DJ experience like?
The first time I played by myself was at Section 8. I was so nervous. I was like, I'm gonna fuck this up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, this is crazy. And it was really packed. And it went really well. And it was one of my favorite sets ever because I played reggaeton and I played guaracha, which no one was playing in that time. Like, I mean, not in like an Australian environment, kind of,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the first time I played guaracha, I was like, oh my God, what is that? This is so melodic. This has so many instruments and it's very like auditive, is very like expressive, like it's intense.
Hmm.
So that was interesting. It was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. I knew I was gonna be, yeah, I don't know. And I felt like it had a really good reception from friends. I feel like in a party environment, and I guess curating a set in a certain way that people can like, enjoy it and take people through a journey of like reggaeton, and then I'm gonna bring some dembow, and then I bring electronic and baile funk, and then some guaracha, and yeah. So it started from there. It's just kind of like, I think it was just everything was at the same time. The Latino trend was growing up around the world, and then I started playing that time. So I was very lucky. Like everything just.
And I would say you're in a perfect city because in Melbourne is like they say it's the most creative city in all of Australia, you know.
Yeah.
And I lived there for 4 years and I could experience it as well. Like it really allows for your creative, expressive side to shine bright. You know, in other cities, it's like people just follow the trends of what is known to that city.
Yeah.
So and and then and then when was so one of the reasons why you're making a lot of noise right now in a really in the best kind of way is because we're seeing everywhere this chuleo, and I'll let you talk more about it. But from what I gathered, it's kind of like a bit of a movement. It's a brand. It's a club. It's a community, and it's like a force to be reckoned with. And it comes across as a movement from what I see. So and you're being the founder of Chuleo, when was Chuleo born, and why was it born? What was the reason behind it?
I was previously doing some small parties of reggaeton parties with another person. We were doing 100 people capacity, really small parties, and I just saw the potential of it. Like it was like a revelation to me. I was like, I think we can do like insane things. Like we can bring artists, and just go bigger, and um, everything just happened really quick. I had Rosa Pistola on my Instagram. I don't know why she added me. Like really, I don't know. I've been following her for so long, and she followed me back, and I just emailed her. I just texted her like, when are you coming? I want to book you. Like you should come to Melbourne. Like I think it will be really good. And then she was like, look, there is conversations of me going to Australia. That is like a really serious deal. Like I don't deal with like random promoters. Like it has to be something serious with money. Like I don't do this kind of like random things anymore. Like she sounded really serious about it. She's a very serious person. And I was like, I had no idea. And I was like, yeah, no worries, I can do it. Like we can make it. Like not knowing zero of like what is to be a promoter, like to run an event in a venue, like ticket sales, like no idea, contracts, touring, no idea. And I was like, yeah, we can do it happen. Like I can make it happen. Let's do it. And she was like, Dawn, send me the details of their agents, and the agents locked the day for me. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I have no idea, like, that you have to, like, pay up front, mostly for international acts. You have to pay up front. And I was like, I have no money, but I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to take my save. Yeah, like, look, the worst thing that can happen is I'll just lose. I won't sell tickets and I'll just break even. You know, like, whatever. Like, what can I lose? Like nothing. I have friends that I have a lot of friends working in the industry here, so I kind of like asked them. I was like, help me, like, can you check this contract? Like, if it's okay, I'm gonna be saved. They're like, no, it's so good, we can do it. Da, da, da. I got miscellanea for my venue, and I just did the ticket sales, and it sold out before the event. It was a sold out event. It was one of the biggest Chuleos so far. Still, like, it was almost like 450, 500 people.
Wow. And wait, I just want to go back a little bit. So you said that first of all, that's very admirable of you to do it, you know, like you just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. I don't know how to do it, but I'm gonna make it work. I think that's amazing. And it goes to show that you're a true leader, entrepreneur as well. I just went learning about your story growing up and, you know, doing all the jobs and then doing Colores, the cafe with your partner. You have a very entrepreneurial streak about you, which is very impressive. Did I hear correctly? Did you spend your savings on bringing Rosa here?
Yep. I mean, not like the whole saving, but like I took money from it. Like,
Yeah. Of course. No, it's good. It's good to know because it's an investment, and it means like I would imagine that you're deeply passionate about what you're doing. And what was important about bringing Rosa here? Why Rosa? And what was the significance?
I think from like musically, she was one of the most influential DJs for myself. Even before DJing, I look in the industry, most of all of reggaeton, it's really hard to see. And like going back to that time, so I'm talking about like 2017, sorry, like maybe 18, 17, 19, when I started following her and just seeing a woman as a DJ, like DJing reggaeton, it was rare in that time. And I was just like, this is so sick. It's such a like, like boss bitch,
Yeah.
like her attitude, like her presence, like I was obsessed. I was like, this is like, we need this here. Like people need to see this. Like you know, and it was just iconic for having her for my first event. Like that's crazy. Like it gives me goosebumps. Like just so special. Like it's kind of like I manifested that. Like I wanted that. Like I wanted that, and it happened. And then from then, just crazy. Yeah.
Can we talk about that a little bit? I think that you're a very powerful voice for this topic. Why is it important to see more people like Rosa DJing in these spaces?
I think the industry is male dominated still. Like male DJs get paid more than women DJs. It just needs to change. Like also I love my men friends DJs, but I feel like when you see a women, it's another story. Not just for the image. Yeah, we're beautiful, we're hot, like whatever, but like musically, like the journey that a woman takes you in a DJ set is completely different. It's like that feminine and masculine are very different. So why not? Why not having that? And as a Latinas, like why not? Like, and it still happens. Like I see, like Chuleo is in the underground vibes, but if you see like a mainstream parties, like let's say here in Melbourne, like Little Collins, is it Miss Collins? They do this reggaeton parties called Trompa. and it's all men DJs. There's no women DJs, and it's like, why? Like, we can DJ, we have the taste, like we have the skills, so it's important. It's important to create spaces, and that's why Chuleo mainly has women or femme-identified DJs.
Love
I'm
that.
creating for that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard, it's not easy, but I guess it's encouraging to like anyone that is like me. That was me, like, 4 years ago, thinking like, oh, I would love to DJ, or like, that's so cool. Encouraging all these people here and be like, why we going like do a workshop, learn the spaces here, and then yeah, we start from there. So yeah, it is important.
Yeah, I certainly see it when I travel to different cities across Australia. It's very male dominated. Back in the day, because I grew up here my whole life, and I started going to the reggaeton nightclubs when I was like, 17, 18, 19, whatever. It was so male dominated. And then when I started to discover the very first Latina DJs, which is una colombiana, Ana Maria, I believe she was initially from Brisbane. Now she's in Sydney. And she does a little bit more folkloric, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. And then Carolina Gasolina was a big name. And then you have, and in Melbourne, that you have started to create it. But I would say, from my point of view, I see you more than a DJ. I see, like, as I said before, that you're building community and you're building a movement, because DJ Zalina is is a name and is a brand, but Chuleo seems to be making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And I think that's important as well, because now, what you were saying earlier, you're saying like it's sexy to be Latino ahora, todo quieres ser Latino, pero no tienen el sazón, whatever that line is from Bad Bunny. Um, but we're still, what's your thoughts about in the industry in general, right? Like reggaeton in general, right? Do you still think it's still very male dominated, or are you starting to see more of like this femme movement that's moving into reggaeton?
There's definitely um uh, there's definitely been a change with like the artists that are coming out. I would say probably Mexico is the one that is bringing the best women DJs and producers and artists. In Colombia, still, I mean, there is still, but like, I feel like this is still male dominated. So I think it depends on the regions, but there's definitely more people, like more women coming out, which is great. But I feel like there's still a lot of work to do. Like, I feel like this is still a bit men dominated. Most of all, the
Mm.
reggaeton and Latino. Yeah, I think this.
And the next question would be, why the name Chuleo?
In that time when I was trying to look for a name for the party, there was that song Chulo from Backyard. Chulo, Chulo. And I was obsessed with the song. And I was like looking, I didn't want to name the party with something like very basic in terms of like songs of reggaeton, like no shade for anyone. Like, I just wanted something different because there's so many
Yeah.
parties that this is the perreo, or I don't know, like there's so many parties, and I was like, I want something different. And then I was like chulo, and I was chuleo. So chuleo is like the verb of being of chulo, right? So chulo, like mami chula, papi chulo, something hot. It's a bit funny, it's a bit like taking the piss, but it's hot, right?
Yeah.
Because we're like, I'm a mami chulas, I'm a chuleo. You got it.
Yeah.
So it's a verb. I don't know. I think I heard it in some songs, but I honestly, I came up with that word. I know I didn't invent it, but that's where it came out from. And then I was like, Chuleo Club, because it's a club line. And it's like the
Yeah.
club people, the chulos.
I love
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
I saw like you're starting to, like, you go on and build Chuleo night across different venues. Like it was 1 night, 2 night, 3 night, 4 night, started popping up everywhere. Your Instagram was growing, your presence was growing. They met the type of people that were DJing. You started to have a lot of different names.
Yeah, just when Chuleo popped off last year, it really changed the club scene in Melbourne. I feel that people, when they come to Chuleo, is to dance. They, it's rare to see people on their phones. Yeah, they will be taking videos of the DJ stuff, but people are like, they go there to dance. Like, they're not even talking. It's just like dancing, shaking ass, like, and that really changed the image of clubbing here a bit. There was clubs before, like small collectives. No, a big one like Dati, like from Sifrin, one of the biggest collectives where they have the same vibe. But I think maybe because this one, I don't know, was Latino, I don't know, kind of like changed a bit the vibe, and it really changed everything. So like venues started like looking at what I was doing. They were like, "Oh, do you want to do a party here?" And I'm very lucky. I'm in a position where like I have so many venues like offering like, you want to do something here, do something that. And I think it is important. I love miscellanea, but I think it's also, I don't know, it's fun and it's important to like explore different environments. So I did a few different gigs last year. I did one of the Norco Theater, which was beautiful. It's a
Wow.
beautiful, big bougie theater with like lights and the thing with Chuleo is that every Chuleo is different. So, and it makes sense because I have different headliners, so it's different vibe in music. Sometimes different venues, so that also it's different. So it's kind of fun, you know. It's nice to see how like the audience take that and accept that, and they just go wherever I go, you know. And so we did that. Then I did Sydney, which was with Manu Kahani, which was amazing. It was my first show in the state. I was really nervous, and Sydney is very different from Melbourne. Also, I don't have like my audience there. I mean, I do have friends and people that follow Chuleo, but it's not the same. And I think the club culture there is different a bit. People go out in the night, they buy the tickets in the night. So I'm very spoiled. I'm like, I have my shows are sold out. I don't have to worry. Here in Sydney is a bit different. But I think it's fun. I think it's something that it will change eventually. I know that Sydney went through a lot of changes in terms of like the nightlife in the club, the scene. So I think they're trying to rebuild that. And I think like just give it a couple of years and it's gonna be good. I think it'll be good.
You're
Yeah, it's
right on
good.
the money there. From my
Yeah, I think
experience, Sydney had like one of the most established nightclub scenes because the biggest diaspora was here when they came in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then all that generation and their kids built the Sydney Latin scene, and that was dominant for so many years, and that's the nightclub scene that I was used to, and then eventually they kind of like, you know, moved on or had different ventures, and then yeah, you're absolutely right. Now it's kind of like there's new people coming into the scene. We got ¿cómo se llama? El Chico La Cueva, Jimmy, you've got another one, Guamichi. But there's a lot of things in common, which is
yeah.
that they're all men. We have Carolina Gasolina who does these like one-off events. She's a DJ, so she goes everywhere. I know she travels all over Australia and sometimes across the world. What I love about you with Chuleo is like it's a brand, it's a consistent night, and it's led by you. It's a female-led
Yeah.
reggaeton Latinx night. I think that needs to be everywhere. I think you need to be in every. Like I hope. The reason why I love to interview now is I hope that I support that vision, and I think it's needed. It's
Yeah.
needed. I also I want to go back to building Chuleo, and you're saying that you know, there was the verb and it's all about hot and sexy and Latin and all that sort of stuff. I also noticed on your branding you have a particular aesthetic. So when I go onto your social media pages, let's say, I have this vibe that I get straight away.
Yeah.
And I talk to me a little bit about that. Like all the images are very, like you said, expressive. It's caliente. It's like a little bit of spice. Like, what's that aesthetic all about?
Um, the aesthetic, honestly, when I started Chuleo, I didn't have anything clear. Like I honestly wasn't even thinking what I was doing. In terms of artworks and the image and the brand, what I wanted to do was, I guess do something different in terms of artwork, something like around the collectives in Naarm, you can see certain trends graphically, and I wanted to do something more like, I don't know, more fun, different. I like to play around a lot of photography or different images. obviously it always has to be something hot. I mean,
Yeah.
that's feeling like the night is dancing, it's hot, and it's Latino. And I team up with one of Rosa's graphic designers, which is I call him El Jefe because él es el jefe. He is the boss. And since then, I've been working with him every time. I try to like create like a theme on everybody. So, for example, I love all of them, but let's say I had the DJ list last year in September, and the DJ list is hectic, right? You think about him, it's like full, like, like gangster, kind of like very Latinx, right? So I was like, okay, what about we do like Tokyo Drift, like this hot pink car, and then we like do like stickers at the back. So I take my time, and I work a lot with every single show that I do. And I work really well with El Jefe because I just send him like all my references. I'm like, well, we should do this and that. And he like really gets it. So like really good. And I'm also supporting an artist from, Mexico. Not that I don't want to support anyone here, but like I'm like, if I can support him, and he's amazing. He's really good, crazy, an amazing graphic designer. And yeah, so like every different Chuleo is different vibe depending on the headliner. So like I have Safety Trends, which was a bit controversial because I use like the kind of Coca-Cola, but instead Coca-Cola was Chuleo. It's kind of like taking Chuleo in a way of like Chuleo could be anything. Chuleo could be like a lipstick brand. Chuleo could be Chuleo can be, what else did I do? I don't know, like jewelry, like anything that is like pop culture. I think I'm thinking it's like it's pop, it's culture, it's something that we see every day, and you're like, it's Chuleo, like anything can be Chuleo, right? So
it's a brand. You're effectively building a brand. Yeah.
It's a brand, but it's also, like I say, it's a movement, it's a community. And I think the community just gave that image too. Because if I go to like the photos that I have from each event, it's them. It's literally them. And at the end of the day, the DJs are important, whatever. But when I post my images, it's like it's all the community. And it's so amazing to like every time I have an event and I get back my photos from each event and I just look at them, I'm like, wow, like it's so good. Like I have in one photo, I have like Latinos, and the next one I have Afros, and then the next one I have like Australians, queers, like trans people, like everyone in the same room together. So like my albums are like just multicultural. It's not like, like, and that's beautiful to see. Like that makes me, that's what it makes Chuleo. That's the
So would you say that Chuleo is like a reflection of the community that's been built around this experience? Yeah.
And like
that's beautiful.
They inspire me too, like every time I see a party, it's like, oh my God, everyone is so cool, like outfits, like they just, it's their night, not just like superficially, but like also like, the attitude, like, and I'm very lucky that I'm working now with one of the, like an amazing photographer, which is Mayra. She's from Chile. Insane photographer. Like the way she captures Chuleo, it's crazy. Like I'm like looking at those photos and I'm like, you're crazy. But it's like, it's just like a whole combination of everything, like I have her and then I have like the beautiful community, and it's just insane. And that's what inspires me. I'm like, oh my God, like every time I'm gonna do an artwork, it has to be fucking hot because they're waiting for it. And as soon as I go live, they're like, oh my God, this artwork is so good. Like I have, everyone always says like to me, like, oh, like, or like it is like it's part of everything. And they're like, oh my God, I really love this. Like people remember, oh, my favorite artwork was this one, or like this one. And I'm like, that's what I'm doing it. I'm doing it for them. Like, it's
so it's like Chuleo is like community of representation and cultural authenticity. It's like a blend of all of that. And how important for you is representation for Chuleo?
It's so
So you
important.
mentioned queer, you mentioned Afro, you mentioned trans, you mentioned Latinx. Like, how important is representation for Chuleo?
It's important. And I think that's why I take care so much about my community. And that's why I'm very selective of what venues I use,
Mm,
which music, which artists. I'm like it's all a curation, and that's part of like how they're gonna be represented through my collective. So it is very important. I think it's the main thing, I guess. I think so, yeah, for sure.
have you ever had a time where you've maybe not gone forward with a venue or a DJ or a person or an experience because they don't align with your values?
Definitely had a few experiences with venues, maybe like one venue, I'll have to say. Um, Artists, I've been so lucky. Every single artist have been amazing. And like I create family with them. Like
Mm,
I was recently in Barcelona and I saw Safety Trans, Cardo Pusher, and we just hang out like friends. Like I'm creating this link, not only like as work, but also like I know if I go to Mexico, like Laura Rosa, it's like you come here, like we make parties, I want to show you around, like because for me it's important to receive them here first because they don't know
mm,
where to. They have no idea. Like if even Liz, like she's like, Amiga, I didn't know this country was like this, that people would listen reggaeton. I'm like, mi amor, this is another world. We're so far. Like it's happening. Like like we're here waiting for you. Like these people like admire you, they follow you for ages. Us that we come from Colombia or anywhere, or people that they born here like here, that they grow in the community and the culture. Um, but I did have a few just an experience. It's more like, but this is like a whole process, like I'm learning as
mm,
I'm going with every experience, and that specific experience with that venue, I'm not gonna name it. It's not one being
mhm,
it's more like the communication between you and the staff and explaining them like who are my crowd, which people are coming here, um, how they party, do they consume drugs, do they drink, that it's a very straightforward conversation with venues that
mhm.
is important. And anyone that is watching this and they want at the parties, it's very important to have a good communication as a promoter with the venue managers, with the staff, with like my crowd really loves dancing. They dress this well, like with the
Mm,
security, really important. I always make sure that people at the door understand what's my party, and because I take care of so much of my community, it's important to filter. And it sounds, I don't want to sound like that I'm discriminating anyone, but like this is space for everybody, right? So
mm.
if my crowd is very queer and um, just very expressive in how they are, I'm not gonna let a random person who can come here and disrupt the whole thing. So it's
Yeah.
important to have that kind of conversations. Everyone to be on the same page. Door person, security, venue managers, but so far it's been so good. I had no incident so far.
There's
Just
um there's a quote that reminds me of this part of the conversation, which is rules control the fun, which is like you protecting your space, you're
yeah,
protecting your energy, you're protecting your community, and within that you need to set very clear boundaries
correct.
with the people who are helping control the venue.
Yeah,
I admire that a lot. And
and we
you
like
actually,
our lives like every day, not just partying.
hmm,
So with friends and family, like creating boundaries is important. So
yeah,
why not do it in a party setup?
that's a good point. Have you heard of the movement that's happening in Canada, I believe, that's called No Puppy, the No Puppy Tour?
Is it similar to the one here, the puppy syndrome? No.
I'm not sure, but there's one in the US, and I think that sorry, in Canada, and I think they going to Europe and the US as well. They called No Puppy, and it's a big one-off event that happens, and it's like they only invite women or family people, right? And and all the DJs are women and everything. And I reached out to them and I said, like, I think we need to do something in Australia, and I'd love to connect you with them. I'm just thinking of this as we're talking right now. I think
Oh
you'd be
wow.
the perfect person to lead that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
absolutely.
insane. Yeah.
And even after Cadena, they're not happening. Which is I think we only have 2 men. The rest is all women. It's all women. So yeah, absolutely. I'm keen. Yeah, like
So let's talk about Cadena. So right now, as we're doing this recording, you're going to head into your second night of Cadena. And for those listening or watching, this will likely be posted after Cadena happens. But I hope to see that this is the very beginning of many more to come. Talk to us. What's the reason behind Cadena? What does it mean? What is it about? Why did you launch it? Yeah.
One of my really good friends, Paula Azul, she's from Mexico. She's been living here and she's more in the arts side, like the scene. She has her own collective with her friends then called No Reply Collective. They've been doing a few series of events where it's basically like immersive spaces of art. And I love what they've been doing. I don't know, we were talking about creating a space where we can celebrate our Latin culture in a more modern, contemporary way. I still feel that there's this, like we're being captured in this image of like the Latinos, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to sound controversial because I already had an interview about this, but it's not like, I guess it's changing that image of the Latinos, I don't know, with the cumbia and the tango and like very folklore, which is beautiful, but like there's more like beyond that. Or like, I don't know, like just people, like random people here that I talk in Melbourne, they're like, oh yeah, the Latino fiesta, Johnson Street.
The typical stereotype. Yeah.
It's a stereotype that we have, and it's like we're so more than that. Everywhere around, like South America and Central America. Most of all now, there's a massive shift in fashion, in music, in arts, in films, like crazy, like insane. Like we've never seen that before. We've been talking about friends and we were like, what's going on? Like, I guess it's the social media and like, the explosion of like Instagram and TikTok and how everything is so accessible that creatives in Bogotá, in Ecuador, in Mexico, they're making insane things, like crazy. And we were like, we should do something like that, and we just like start brainstorming with them, and Cadena just born from that. So Cadena is a festival that is going through 4 days where we are celebrating our culture. And we decided to divide each day with like a different discipline. So we have yesterday, which was the first day was film, and we have I think five shorts from different Latinx creators. Some shorts from Mexico. There was one short from Romina Pistolas, which is a massive influencer here, from Chile, which you probably know. She created like insane, like just, her content is insane. She's one of my best friends too, and I just really admire what she's doing. Everything, she's amazing. We also have this really beautiful Colombian short called Arribada, which is based on one of the last trans communities in the indigenous communities in, I think, the north. I think it's around like El Parque Tayrona, that area. I could be wrong, but definitely it's in that area. And it's a beautiful short, like showing how these women are in the indigenous community, but it's such a taboo still, and they're called traviesas, and that's how they call them, traviesas. That's the name of the community of trans. It was a completely success. Last night was beautiful. There was almost 70 people in a space where we were thinking it was like 80 people, so almost double the people. We create the space with different women, Latinas from here, from Melbourne, or like based in Melbourne, which they help with the whole setup to make everything really cozy and beautiful. So a lot of decoration, art installations. We also have a front shop where we're selling products from artists from Mexico, mainly, I think they're all from Mexico. We're selling hats, costume hats, crochet, handmade handbags with the CC of
Oh,
Chuleo.
wow.
Beautiful.
Wait,
Um,
is this the first Chuleo merchandise?
yes, I guess. Yes. I know asking me like you have to do merch. I'm like, I don't have time. Like
Yes, yes.
officially, yeah. Beautiful.
How
Um,
lovely.
yeah, we have that. We're selling like scarves, t-shirts, and it's all Latinx creatives. And then that was yesterday. And then the shop is gonna be open every day. Today we have the reading and bookmaking. We have I think 5 readers, writers, and they're gonna do some reading, and then at the end with all the readings that they're doing, they're gonna do like a beautiful book, like make a book from it. And then tomorrow we have 2 sessions. We have an exhibition with Jimena Jimenez. She's an
I
artist
love Jimena Jimenez.
based in here, and she's showcasing her photography, and I'll play music for her exhibition. Very experimental, reggaeton, very arty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be for 2 hours, and then we're gonna have a live performance from Zoe. She's gonna do a live painting. I'm not sure what's her background. I think she's chilling too. Sorry, Zoe, from the in a room. And then she's gonna be doing the painting performance with Bessa, which I'm pretty sure she's Chilean background, and she's gonna do a live DJ set, like live making music live, which is gonna be really sick. I'm like really excited for that. And then we close Cadena with Saturday, with an EP launch from Tina Disco, which is one of my residents. She's from Argentina, amazing DJ and producer. She's launching her latest EP, which is gonna be really beautiful. And then we're gonna close with a Chuleo after club party.
Bueno, closing with un chuleo. You have to. You have to.
Of course, yeah, we have to.
And what's the name? What's the reason behind cadena?
Cadena is the chain, so basically it's all connected. I guess it's connecting all the disciplinary activity. Yeah. There's more info about that, but I can't remember.
Okay. More, we stay here. We stay tuned.
Yeah,
Do you hope for cadena to be like a yearly thing, like something that's going to be ongoing?
I think so. I've been getting offers to just do a few events in a really bigger scale. If ever. So I think that will just align perfect with Karen. So I think that will be perfect. So I think so.
Love that. And if you had like, yeah, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, if you were to look forward in like a couple of years, right, and you look back, sorry, if you were to look forward a couple of years, where do you think Chuleo or Cadena will be, or where do you feel you will be? Or, and then I have another question after that.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, probably like in terms of Cadena, like in naked, like if we could make it. I mean, I'm very ambitious, but like if we could do like the 4-day festivals, but like a proper festival, that would be amazing. Like in an open area, even if we could organize people to go and camp and have stages, like workshops, like shops around like a proper festival, that's insane. And for Chuleo, I think I want to focus Chuleo on more of how we can start touring people here. I guess creating, like a management touring kind of side of Chuleo would be great. Maybe Chuleo can stay as a club night, but then from that, I'm creating something where I can represent artists, because I feel like there's still a lot of work to do here, most of all with our artists. I don't think it's nobody's fault. I just think people don't really are they don't really understand what is saying and how to place those artists here, like on tours or festivals, like they need to really understand that. And I think like we could be that contact here. that intro of like
Who's the next artist? Who's the next artist that you would love to bring under the Chuleo banner?
Oh, I have a massive list. Massive.
Give me one or two like dream ones.
But 6X, I want to bring her. I want her to perform like proper live, like in a stage, like crazy.
Yes.
That's my next one. I'm working on it, but there's so many.
Okay.
And it's crazy because the first year of Chuleo, I had almost all the headliners were females. I had Manu Kahani, Rosa Pistola, DJ Liz, and then I have Queen, which is not Latina, but she's an insane DJ. And yeah, so this year's been like this the shift. I'm getting a lot of men now, but like they're like also like kind of like the fathers of our culture, of our scene. Like having safety trans here was crazy, like insane. I also have Corredor. I'm having Big Click for Halloween, which is DJ and producer from Barranquilla, Colombia, who experiments with picotero sounds. So it's like, imagine like a picotero, like classic sounds, but make them like kind of like industrial techno, like really sick, like this insane. But they like the have women, have men, have like anyway, like it's really big.
And where do you see you, like as an individual? Because I know that you have like, so Chuleo, Cadena, también tenemos DJ Zalina. And I would imagine then you also have you, right? Like, are you still working full time behind the scenes? Like, do you have another job that you're doing full time, or is this fully what you're dedicating yourself to right now?
I would say like 80% is Chuleo. This is a lot of work.
Okay.
And I also work in cast agency. I'm representing Tina Isco, so I'm her booking agent. And on my side job is social media. I am marketing and social media management. But like I'm work from home, so I can like I think I can use my time as I want it, which I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
And I work with like small projects, like small festivals, and like their social media. So I finish one project, then I start another project. Then I have my like my regular clients too. Like I just keep their socials on the side. So like having that background of working on social media has helped me a lot with Chuleo too. So I can like incorporate that with Chuleo, advertising, Facebook ads, Instagram, promotion. It's a lot of work, but like I think I'm used to now. So I'm like it's always like it's like a copy paste.
Yeah, well, you can tell. I can tell you have a lot of drive and you get shit done. Like it's very obvious. So
Yeah.
Cadena in a few years is going to be a big festival, like camping ground. That's the goal. Chuleo, you're going to start bringing in more artists and develop the scene here, which I love and I support you 100%. And I hope to see Chuleo clubs all over Australia.
Yeah, expanding, I guess, interstate.
Expanding. Yeah.
I think it's
and then
if we want to support artists and grow the scene, I'm not sure like in different cities it's not really happening. So I'm like, I might just have to do the work and go and do it, which is now one of the reasons I'm starting my residency in Sydney with Club 77 in October for Halloween, actually. Yeah, we're doing a Halloween party there on the 31st. So that's my first show, my residency. Let's see how it goes. So we can start growing our community there. So we can, start, growing our collectives everywhere in Australia. But
I love that. I'm gonna be that one. I'm gonna go to because I know last time I wasn't able to make it. Club 77. I'm gonna go to that one. Bueno, to like wrap up this, is there a message that you have for people who are listening to this or watching this? What message do you have? It could be to La Comunidad Latina here in Australia, New Zealand, or it could be just in general to anyone who's watching or listening. What would that be?
I guess the first thing that I said before the previous thing about maybe just I don't know, life is such a cliche, but like life is so short, and we sometimes, I guess, because with our background coming from like community, like South America and cities where we are surviving and we grow up with this like fear of like what we're gonna do and money and stress. So coming here, it really changed the perspective of how we live and how we, yeah, our reality, how we see things, how we trust people, you know. And I'm like, you know, I grew up in Bogotá where I'm like, I was constantly not in fear, but like you're constantly like, you know, looking up your shoulder, who's gonna like you, where are you going, who's looking at you, like. And I guess it's not our fault. We just grew up in that environment, and that's how life it is. But like whoever is here in Australia and they wanna like make their future here, like I understand how that feels. But sometimes, you know, pushing things is not the right way. And sometimes, you know, the universe has a plan and a goal for you, and you just have to like sometimes let that happen first and then be like, oh, you know what? Okay, maybe I should do that, maybe I shouldn't do that. And for whoever is like watching this and they have the chance and they always wanted to like, I don't know, like explore how to I don't know, explore being a DJ or do some music or like just do it. Don't be scared. Don't think about what people say. A lot of people talk about me. A lot of people talk about everyone talks about everybody. But like at the end of the day, you are as an individual, you're yourself. And if you trust what you want, what you believe, and what you want to do, I think things come up to your way. Like it has happened to me. I don't know what happened, like how this happened, but it did, and it still happens. Just keep coming and coming. And when I doubt myself and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm 37 years old. I'm like, you know, I have friends where like everyone has babies, everyone has like, you know, their lives, like, I don't know, like what you're supposed to do. And, you know, I just surrender and I just realized that I didn't born to be doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love babies and I probably want to be a mom soon. But I just have to surrender and stop judging myself too much and just trust the process. I'm doing something good. You know, probably I'm not saving the world. No, I'm not a nurse or a doctor, or I'm not doing something that it's, you know, meaningful, but some kind it is, you know. I had this person once and I'll never forget. After one of my sets, he came to me and he's like, I'm from Spain. I've been living here for five weeks or something, and I've had the most terrible experience. And your music just healed me. And I feel so happy. And this new week, I'm just gonna feel so good. And I was like, how can I just do that? Just playing music, you know? And to someone coming, like he was really emotional. He's also gay. So, you know, like the whole contrast of like, you know, the gay community in South America. Obviously, it's better now. Like, but in my time, it's a taboo. You know, you could be lesbian, you could like girls. Everything was like, you know, down there. So now, you know, like it's different, and you know, just seeing that those kind of people coming to me to say that it's like, you know, it's beautiful. You know, culture. At the end of the day, we come from culture, so it is beautiful. So yeah, don't doubt yourself. Believe in what you want to do.
I was gonna say, when you said I'm not saving lives, I was like, I don't know. I feel like when you create a space like you've created, and you're so fiercely, like fierce is another word I think of. I remember before we started the call, I was like, you're unapologetic and you're fierce. You're many things, but fierce
I'm a Leo.
stands out for me. Ah, you're a Leo. My mom's a Leo. I understand Leo very well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have that fire in you.
Yeah.
Okay. Natural born leader, understood.
Yeah.
I was going to say the space you're creating, you're probably, you know, in one way, shape, or form, you are probably saving people and protecting them and giving them the space to be and feel and express the way that they want to express, and that's so important. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much for you know opening up, and I hope to speak to you in a couple, maybe in a 1 or 2 years time, and we can look back and be like, remember that time you're talking about, you know, bringing artists, and now you've brought like 5 artists, and they're all major and they're all big success. I guess my last question would be like, what's something right now that you're listening to on repeat? That's a song that you can't get out of your head.
I mean, the whole Bad Bunny's album on repeat, babe.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready. I'm going in February.
You're going?
Yeah, of course.
I am. Are you going?
Yeah,
Which one are you going to? Which night?
28, the first one. I was so lucky we could have like get in the like yes in the list. I don't know, and we just got like I could like we bought as many tickets as we could because like all my people here want to come. We were like, you should do a chuleo that we can maybe Bad Bunny can come, and I'm like, oh, can't imagine like crazy.
Could you?
Like
Like, can we? Like, can you do it? Like, I want to go because I know that there's like a few after parties that have popped up, and none of them are official. I know some of the branding looks amazing and it looks, but none of them are official yet. So I feel like if you did a chuleo there, because think about it, we have people coming from Darwin, Perth, Adelaide, Auckland, Wellington, from
I know,
everywhere for that one weekend. You're going to have the highest density of Latin community in that
I
one
know,
weekend. Imagine Chuleo, like that could be like a boom for your branding.
I
I will go.
know.
If you do Chuleo, I will go to that after party over the other ones for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I haven't thought about it because I kind of wanted just to enjoy the weekend. I was like, I don't
That's
want to work,
that.
but then
I
I'm
get it.
like, yeah, and I probably know they probably like more after parties, as you mentioned. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's still Chuleo is very underground for like the sound of like a proper like Latino party. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I have to check.
You could do it at
I don't
Club 77.
Maybe I can ask him. I don't know. The important thing is to get Bad Bunny Benito to come.
Yeah, exactly right. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it, I support you. I will go to the Chuleo after party or party. I'll
Yeah,
be there.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I just dropped my phone.
Well, I wish you all the best with Cadena, and thank you so much for your time. And I'm going to be supporting you every step of the way. And I hope you release more merchandise because I will buy it.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna make some cute tops or something.
I know, I would love to. No, even at the Bad Bunny concert, you could wear like chuleo, everything. Think about.
Yeah, yeah, no. Well, I have my fans. I always make the fans for Chuleo.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
My handmade, so maybe I should just make heaps and just sell
One
them.
question actually, oh, I should have asked this one. I forgot. But if I want to buy Chuleo merchandise, do you have a website? Like, how can people find you?
Just on Instagram at the moment.
Mhm.
We only have, yeah, my Instagram page. I have a resident advisor profile. If you
Mhm.
ever want to check what's going on with Chuleo, you can go on resident advisor. And yeah, that's it. I don't have a website because I don't have
Okay,
any.
so on Chuleo Instagram, you also have a link tree though, right? And it has all your, yeah.
Yeah, you can see like our upcoming shows. We also have I'm doing a residency with the Skylab Radio here in Naarm, Melbourne. So I was actually just recording that before we were doing the interview. We are on 4 episodes right now, and I'm trying to have international guests too. My last guest was DJ Sueño, which is one of Rosas Pistolas DJs under the record label La Chiquera Records.
Mhm.
That's really good. You should want to hear it. It's all in SoundCloud. So all the episodes are there. Yeah, everything from Chuleo is in my link tree there.
Love. All right. So those watching, listening, I'll put that in the show notes, the link tree. And the link tree anyway is like a modern day website. Like that's what everyone has at the moment now anyway. Yeah.
Just link in there. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's got everything.
Yeah,
Okay, well, all the best with Cadena tonight and the
yeah.
rest of the nights. I'm sending you all my love and support from Grace.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see
You're
you
very
soon.
welcome.